many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Bring the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he... He's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Yellow! I go, little lady! Get this one!
On first down, Mahomes flushed out right. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Safe. Color. Hey, Mark 52. Nice.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. touchdown. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
6-3, 2-18, chop.
1st down. 1st and 10.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 29, Mahomes. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
Now they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Box it. Motion. We are going.
Here's Rodgers to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. Hey, 43, 15. Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him at just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, Ridley.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Switch.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first.
6:30. 36. Check. Fresno. Back north.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he finds Howard complete. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. 17-0 our score after 1. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 5. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey.
He's got him in. sideline, complete. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 48 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down. Rodgers again now. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Shamar Stephen in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
and Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get it
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Mahomes. And Diggs has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Forced out to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rodgers now on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Over. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day, every day.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
I smell fear in that offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Mark 55. Mark 55. Box it. Mark 55. Yeah. Look again.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives. ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Hey, you're on an SOS. Chopper!
Mahomes now on first down. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
On second and 10, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that will get them one closer. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Rip left. Mike's 54. Hey, wahoo!
To throw, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Check, watch 54.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
55. Hey, Haywood.
Second down and goal. Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He really tried to thread that down the seam.
Yeah, he tried to rip that one, didn't he? But a throw with that velocity, necessary when you're trying to hit a quick hitter like that one. Timing and execution has to be perfect. Unfortunately for him, that one fell to the ground.
Check 30. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I can't believe they let you play.
Rodgers now on third and goal. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and that'll make it third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down and then some. 36 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
We want it. Come to Mahomes.
And again, it's Mahomes. The throw complete to Beebe. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Plant. If you kill it, motion me out. 150. 5. 55.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Yeah, Liz. Watch the ball. Shift. Watch it. Shift. Safety's creeping.
Rodgers to throw again. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Boom. Watch the slats. Watch the slat. Right there. 54. Right there. All right. 54, Mike.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And the Saints have extended their lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Get that quarterback. 15. Check. You gotta go, baby.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to revert. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
18. 55. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Right now. You got 58. Inside. Check 31. Check 31.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
Rodgers will try again on second down. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
319. Get 300. Get 300. That's trash. Hey, high 7. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Rodgers now on first down.
Check 43.
And this is incomplete. Vincent Smith, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. From the 21, it's second and 10.
54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. You got nothing now. You got nothing. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Yeah, live.
Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. Going for it all. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Za'Darius Smith. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Green 18. Hey, 626. I got you, punk. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check smooth. 54.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Wide left. You better bring it. Slam, slam, slam. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Check 52. Tight dog.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Zoo. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All day, just like that. Just like that. Mike. Check 99.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Put that team on the bus.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw, it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Mahomes firing complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's got daylight. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. Rodgers throwing here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
57.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. In trouble here And down he goes, back at the 8-yard line. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It's second down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get at it.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after, right down the middle. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. That is now a 2-touchdown game with the Steelers in the driver's seat. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. To try again after the sack. Mahomes, and that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.